Homo sapiens sapiens are afflicted with a certain trait that they have just enough of to think complexly about problems, but not enough to solve all of them. This would be, of course, the affliction of intelligence upon our species, or as I like to call it, the curse of intelligence. Picture this. A species born into a world they cannot possibly comprehend. They build it all up as much as they can, and then it's over. What's the point, the species might ask? If we're all just going to die after a lifetime of work, then why work at all? Why should I help build up a species or contribute to society if all of the members of society I know of will be gone and forgotten within 150 years? Why are we born into a world we can't understand? We can guess with math, physics, and logical deductive reasoning, but it only goes so far. This limit is what I like to call the sapience limit, the absolute max amount of information that humankind could possibly compile and understand within a single mind. Nobody yet has achieved such a feat of intelligence, for there isn't enough time in a human lifespan to study every single subject in the world in depth. Though the few who have concentrated on figuring out the mysteries of reality came to fruition, but even their work couldn't save them. Einstein's brain is in a museum after autopsy. Newton's brain is in the ground, as well as Hawking's, Euclid's, Euler's, and Gauss's. The brilliant minds of their time who did everything in their power to explain reality did not come close. If they could not achieve certainty, how could I ever hope to do so with my inadequate intelligence? The truth is, even if you put all of them in a room together with modern technology, they wouldn't figure out much more than we already have. Why? Because of the sapiens limit I talked about. All of the amalgamated information we could possibly put into a concentrated area would still never be enough to understand reality as it is. So if this is the case, how can intelligence be a gift if we, naturally, fear the unknown? If our own deepest rooted fear lies within our own existence? I think that intelligence is a curse to humanity, a plague. The species we are feels like some evolutionary mistake, because how can species like this possibly be happy? Take a look at a dog with a good owner. They're happier than you'll ever be, because they don't have to worry about things other than their food, playtime, and water. Similar to a child. Will you ever be as happy as you were when you were a child? For most people, the answer is no, but to those who have been abused, the answer will be yes, absolutely. For those who answer with yes, those would not have lived a carefree childhood, and therefore their perspective proves that the more complex your life is, and that the more challenges are brought into it, the more unhappy you will become. Simplicity is naivety, and naivety is to be unafflicted by thought. And to be unafflicted by thought, you must not think of bad things, but only see what is in front of you. Therefore you take the world for what it is, and do not think for a second about it. You enjoy dopamine rushes as you survey the green fields and play baseball with your dad. You watch television and laugh at the jokes while being oblivious to their double meaning, rooted in a darker reality. And finally, you learn about science and math without attempting to discover the unknown. Complexity is grounds for unhappiness, and unhappiness is grounds for valueless living to some, otherwise suicide would not be a thing. If life becomes valueless as a result of complex thought, because it forces us to be unhappy, then what is the point of our species to begin with, and why are we preventing our own extinction? Because it's in our natural, most primal instincts to preserve ourselves. From birth, you are predisposed to these instincts. If you enjoyed this preview from author Leonardo Blackwood and are interested in reading more, this book, The Plight of Sapience, will be released on Amazon and other platforms in January 2026, with snippets being released on my blog at leoslogs.blogspot.com. Thank you for listening.